Hello everyone, Miss Art Garden here, and just getting everything set up. I think I start all my live streams like that. I can see that my volume level, for instance, is clipping, so I guess I better open up my system's preferences and move that down a little bit. I did do a test real quick right before, but as always, I have my typical technological issues. I need to upgrade everything. But that takes money, so that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go to sound here. You guys cannot see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go to input and turn that down just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay, I can see. I don't think it's gonna clip now, and I guess I can move my mic just a little touch. I hope that's not sounding weird moving that around. So yeah, I am going to. Hello, Mexicano 11. Are you having a good day? I'm just getting set up here, and as always I'm clicking around and getting everything to get my OBS and everything up and ready to go. And then I like to pull up my live stream and make sure nothing goes wrong with it. Oh, it's good. That's good. You're having a good day. Hopefully your whole weekend will be enjoyable. And yeah, so today I'm gonna draw a witch, which I guess is perfect for Halloween. I was going to do a let's draw of this, but it didn't pan out. I have 2 videos I haven't even edited yet. So, so live stream it is. Okay, so I'm just going to move this down now. I'm going to get my chat right here, and I think I'm ready to go. So, how many times can I say so? Okay, I'm gonna pick a nice color to start sketching with. I think a witch is fun. I've been having kind of like a low energy day, so something that I can just kind of chill out and draw and relax and have some fun, and hopefully it will be fun. So let me get, do I want pink? I think I'll do blue. Blue's a pretty standard color. I think this started with like people would draw on blue pen with comics. I don't know. That's what I assumed, but I don't know where I got that idea from actually, so I could be totally wrong. So first I gotta draw her guides. Let's make this a little darker so it shows better. I've already lost my little live stream window. I could check on this. Hello, Egyptian Gamer Geek. I hope you're having a great weekend. Just drawing my, I think, hopefully that will be visible on the live stream. I don't know, that circle's gonna be too big because I want to include her on her witchy hat. And let's draw just kind of a fun pose of her on a broom, of course, because why wouldn't you draw a witch without putting her on a broom at least? I don't know. I think it would be cute on a broom at least. You can play around with the poses and stuff. So let's get a head guide shape. Made her very skeletal. That like sharp cheekbone look always makes me think... Hello, Emmy Art. Yeah, witch hats are great. They're always nice and cheap for Halloween. Like you can go and get them at a drugstore on clearance after Halloween for like $2, and the next year you'll have a bunch of them. I put them around. I put them on pumpkins for my decorating stuff. So, you know, pumpkins are great. You draw 3/4 point of you faces so good, do I? I think it's the easiest view for me to draw. I mean, forward symmetrical views a little bit nice. Hello, MGB. Anyone like my new profile pic? Yeah, I think that looks nice. It's a good pic. It suits you well, Egyptian Gamer Geek. Well, thank you, Emmy. I like your art a lot too. I think you have a really fun style. It's unique and creative. Yeah, so how was I gonna draw her? Okay, I don't want her head quite that far down. I think I'm gonna let's draw on some shoulders. So she'll be like this, and then her action line, maybe she'll be kind of leaning forward, like, you know, you're keeping your balance on the broom. And I'm gonna move this up, and this face, I think it's a little too big already, so I'm just gonna kind of shrink it up so it's not gonna look really weird compared to the body I do, and get her going. So yeah, so we're gonna have this, so she's like leaning forward, I think this action line is not working. There we go. So it can go back a little bit, and then her hips will be here, and we'll get those in. So you'll mostly see this leg, I guess. My profile pic shows King Tut, Cleopatra, and Bayek of Siwa from AC Origins. I don't know, I might be butchering those last ones. Siwa? Yeah, that is very cool. I know you're a big fan of the Egypt theme. Are you gonna dress up for Halloween this year in like Egyptian? I was Cleopatra one year for Halloween in elementary school, and I brought like a white, like a shiny white sheet for a toga, and then I couldn't like wrap it because you couldn't. I don't know about how it goes now, but in my day they wouldn't let you come to school in costume, so I had to put it on like after the designated time or whatever. So I had to wrap this sheet around, and I was no good at it, and I only brought like one safety pin because I don't know, I'm a child. I'm not good at planning, and so I was just like in the bathroom like, I can't do this. But one of my friend's moms had come to help her with her costume. I think it was like a painted face thing, and she happened to have some extra safety pins, and she helped me out. So it worked out okay. I was Cleopatra one year, and I'd probably use that sheet. I always reuse things later in life, but maybe it was too small for me by then because I'd grown taller. I don't know. I can't dress up Egyptian because I can't find any costumes. Oh, just do a sheet like me. The lazy costume. Okay, so I'm going to shrink her up a little bit. I don't know if her leg... I do want kind of a fun one leg popped and the other leg kind of down. I'm going to move this down a little bit. So maybe her leg here would be going down like this, and then let's draw on the broom first, so this will help. The broom is something like this, and her... let's see, her shoulders here. That's her torso area here. So the bend of her arm would be here, and then it would match up right about there. She could be grabbing it there. Is it a little bit too much of an arch? I think it's starting to look like something else. Let's bring it in just a bit so she doesn't look like she's, you know, showing off the goods, I guess. I want it to be like Bayek or King Tut. Why can't they make good costumes these days? It always has to be for kids. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you could make it your goal next year to like make your own costume, or at least, I don't know. I guess you need like a sewing kit and stuff. Maybe you can find a better way to do it for next year. I know it's a bummer this year. Just do your best, I guess. I know there's people who like cosplay and they sew their own costumes, and it always seems fun in theory, but I've had to sew things like just out of necessity, and I'm no good at sewing, so I'm always just kind of whatever on the top. So I want her to be kind of gripping her hat. So if her hand is here and her arm is here like that, just kind of planning this all out in the guide stage. I guess I should probably finish her leg before I move on to the rest. So if this is her other leg, this broom might be going up a little too high. So I'm going to move that down just a touch. And if this is her other leg and it's down like this, whoops, I brought up my brush menu. I know it's not visible on the stream. Yes. Okay, I think that'll work, and then we can kind of flesh out her legs and see if it will work or not. So if this is her, it's a very messy, sketchy. That's okay. Gotta make a mess to make a non-mess, I guess. Art's always kind of messy. So then her other leg will be here, and her calf or whatever will be hidden behind that, I think. So it goes up like this, and then the boot or whatever. Let's bring her butt down a little bit, and then her boot will be back here somewhere. I don't know if she'll have boots. She'll probably have some kind of pointy shoe. Maybe that's a little too much, but I'll just leave it for now and get that going in there. And yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah, I've mentioned I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween. I might just put on a hat or something, because I didn't get a costume either. I don't know what to get. I mean, I never know what to do. I'm not going to a party or anything this year, and we don't get any trick-or-treaters where where I am now. So, yeah. The Thundersword said, I've been watching Little Witch Academy, and I love it. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I should check it out. I know I've seen other people talk about it, and I hear that it's good. Yeah, so if this foot, which I've really kind of messed up, I'm going to move it up a bit here so it's not so long. If this foot is coming out here, then this one, does it look strange to have it like that? Yeah, I think it looks a little bit like she's jumping or something. I can either move it up so it's going up with this one, and you would just see it like that, but then it looks like, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it down a little bit, like it'll be going out like this and then just straight down. Gotta make up these art decisions, these pose positions. Let's shrink it up so I can fit it on the screen a little bit, see how we like that. I guess it's okay. Or the other option is to put it behind like this, and then back here, if this is down like this, down like that, and then the other foot might be kind of tucked behind this one. It all looks a little bit funny. I think that's okay though. What I'm gonna do to kind of compensate the strange positioning is tilt her so she's kind of like in motion, and then her legs might be a touch too short. I don't know. Something like that maybe. We'll keep drawing and see how we like it. We might change the feet up a bit in the future. We'll see. Yeah, for the sketch though, that's probably okay. And then I'm going to try to fill the page with her then if she's going to be in that position. Have you seen the Scream series? I saw somewhere that it's getting a 3rd season. Is that the one on MTV? I don't think I've seen that one. Or maybe there was one on Netflix. I don't think I've seen them, but I don't know. Have you seen them? Are they good? I've seen the original movies from way back when, or at least the original movie with, was her name Neve Campbell or something? I don't remember names. And then the guy, I don't know the guys, the guy that ended up being Scooby-Doo was in it, or not Scooby, Shaggy. Yeah, so then we're gonna, I don't know, her head, if we're gonna do this position, I think her head should be a little bit more of a playful angle, so maybe I'll move it like that or something. Yeah, well, we'll move it like that, and it can either be like that or it could be like this. Yeah, maybe this would be better, like I don't know, she's turning her head a little bit. And then I think that's still too big. It's too big. I always make the heads too big. Yeah. Okay. I've got my tea here. I'm going to be slurping it, hopefully not too obnoxiously. It's a good series in my opinion. Well, I'll definitely have to check it out. I'm not like a super huge horror fan, but I did watch the American Horror House. I can't remember the name. American Horror Story. I think that was it. It's kind of like a more mature series. I don't know what Scream is right at. Yeah, so let's put her arm like this. And I wanted her to be touching her hat. I guess I'll need to move her arm up. We'll have to do a little foreshortening. So first of all, I'm going to move her just little tweaks until she looks she looks proper. And then if this is her shoulder and it's coming down here, the foreshortening would be like here, and then her arm would be going into it like that. Hopefully that looks right. In theory, that should be about right. It's probably pretty sketchy and messy. I don't know what the resolution on live streaming is either. So, I mean, I can't put mine at full screen, not that anyone else is. So then her, you know, her hand would be like up here holding her hat. I'll just kind of mark that in and I'll refine that later. I think that's okay. Hi, drawing book. Thank you. I hope you're having a good weekend. I think this is the last weekend until Halloween, isn't it? So people are probably, if they are having Halloween parties, they might be doing it now. I don't know. Does people go out on actual Halloween? What is Halloween on? Let me see. I have a calendar here. It's on a Wednesday. Oh, that's the middle of the week. It's kind of a bummer. It's always fun when it's on like Fridays and you can go and hang out with your friends and stuff. So, I'm a little bit worried that this is not showing well. I've lost my my live stream. Let me pop it up because I've got it scrolled down for the chat. I guess it's visible. I'll be doing the line in a little bit here. So, okay. So then let's put in her hat while we're back here. I'm still here, just really sad and disappointed. Let me see. My chat is cutting off the last word. I'm having to guess them. I'm just gonna reposition that there. Hopefully I can see that now. I really wanted to dress like King Tut. You should just do your best with what is it that you're missing for the costume wise? Like you wanted a store-bought one? Can you get like a can you make your own like hat, even if it's like cardboard, for the like Egyptian, what did they call their crowns? Maybe they were just crowns. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to sketch in her hat while we're blown out here. We're going to move in and it's going to look really messy. It always looks better when it's blown out. And then we'll do some refining lines and then I'll get to inking it. So I want a nice big hat, like really big, crazy big hat. So I'm going to kind of put it in like that. And then the rest of it would be here. And then maybe like, I don't know, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna give it a little bit of like thickness there by bending that line, curving it out, and then putting the I guess the angle there, and then down a little bit, maybe something like that, and then the hat can come down. Is that too thick? Let's make it a little bit more narrow up at the top here, and then come down. That's a little bit better, and then that will be there, and it'll be cut off by this line, which will go out and over like this. Maybe we could have just a little bit here. I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Have a little tiny bit showing there, and then the bend there. I don't want it around. I mean, I want it kind of round. Yeah, big hats are the best. Crazy big hats. They definitely are. I think I might have made this one a little too thick or wide or whatever. I'm going to shrink it in, but I'm going to keep that big size. That was half the fun of drawing a witch, is to give her a nice big hat. And I think maybe I'll put like a crescent or something here, or maybe another bow like I did in my thumbnail preview. Yeah, okay, and so let's refine this arm a little bit. And I guess I should probably put in, I'm going to put the broom in a little bit straighter using the pen tool so I can get better idea of how it's gonna be. I don't know how thick, how big to make it. I'll just do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll just, oops, didn't mean to do that. Then I'll just stroke the paths. Oops, let me just do one more thing. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just erase this so you can't see that. That'll be good for the sketch. I guess you'll see this and not her leg here. There we go, and then we can refine this later, and then we'll have something down here, like maybe we'll make the old-fashioned straw so it's like bundled here, and then you have the straw, the rest of the straw go out. Something, yeah, that might be good. I think I've made it a little too big though, so let's move that in. There we go. Maybe even a little bit more. Move it a little bit more. These lines are going to get thicker as I overlap them. I'm terrible at judging like sizes for brooms and stuff. Yeah, but that'll be good. I'll just kind of rough that in. And okay, so then we want like a nice witch costume. So maybe I'll put the like thicker belt here. I always like drawing belts. And if we're gonna give her a dress, which we probably are, we'll make it kind of short so that it's hard to draw legs being hidden by a dress. So we'll give it like just a little short skirt thing going on here. I might even make it a little bit shorter. Yeah. And then we'll just give it like a little bit of line wrinkle there. I think I've made my brush smaller or something. There we go. And then if we're gonna do that, we're gonna need some creases here. Maybe we'll do like one where it's like that and then like that. And then we can draw those creases in like they're bunching there. And then we'll do the same over here. So the dress looks a little more creased in. And then we'll do that. We'll give it a little bit of a lip over here. I guess we can give it a little lip here too. So, and then we'll erase this butt line. We don't need it anymore. Okay. Maybe erase even this little edge of the foot so we can have the skirt just carry on straight through, and that might look a little bit cleaner. And then I'll have her boots. So let's get this in like that. And then up. And give her just the lines of her boots there. I don't know if I'm gonna really detail these too much. Feet are really hard to do. But I do want to keep that pointy look. I might, when I ink it with the pen tool, I might give it a little bit of like a sole, bottom of the shoe sole. I guess I could just mark them in. It's getting a little messy. The sketch is getting a little bit messy. It's always like this when you're drawing at a small size. Or just like blown out and stuff. And then we'll have the arm go in here. Not 100% sure on how the hand will work. Let's see. If we're gripping it, I'm just gripping my stylus here to look at my own hand. Okay, so you'd see the thumb on the outside, something like this. Not that thick, but you'd see some kind of thumb, and then the fingers would be wrapping around like that. So I'm just gonna put it in like that, and I might sketch that in a better way. I always I'm such a like future problem person. I'm like, and then I'll fix it in the future. Okay, so then if that's her hand, something like that. I guess we'll give her nice flowy sleeves, which is usually have like robes that are nice and flowy. So we'll give her just something to go along with that there, and then we'll have a nice wrinkle bunch there. And then if we're doing that, we'll need some kind of flow to this sleeve. So I'll add that in like that, and then there'll be a bunch of wrinkles back here. I don't know if we'll be able to see them. I'll do that like that. So this, I'm going to have to remember this when I'm inking it. This is her actual elbow. And the rest is where the sleeve is. That looks a bit messy. I might have some fixing to do. Okay, and then let's give her, I guess, just a little bit of a V-neck or a collar thing here. So the collar would go out like that and then meet up at the back of her neck, and then out like that, meet up. Lost her actual neck there, and give a little bit of a line there. And I guess I don't have zippers or anything. I don't know what to put in. Let's bring this line in a little bit. I'll just add some wrinkles down here for her, around her belt area. And I don't know if I should leave this. Maybe the collar looks weird. Maybe I'll just do like a robe, and it'll just have a V-neck, and then underneath it you'll see like a little bit of another shirt. And okay, so I just realized I wanted to have this hat so that she was gripping it, and I drew it way out of her line. So I'm actually going to sink it down on her head a little bit more like this, and then bring this arm up just a touch more like this. And then now she'll be able to kind of grab her hat. So, except I want this arm to go out then. If we're gonna bring it out, we gotta bring it out, or bring it up, we gotta bring it out a little bit too. It looks really stumpy right now. It'll get fixed. It'll get fixed. Okay, so now she's got a big crazy hat, and I think finally I'm gonna zoom in, and you can see how sketchy it looks when you work from it from afar, and give her some kind of proper face. So she has her eyes up here. Kind of lost my guidelines here, but I can just wing it. We'll draw the eyes in, and then we'll draw in the nose a little bit, and then I'll reshape her face around this. So just put this nose in, put a little bridge here, give her a nice pointed nose. I can tell I'm gonna have to shrink up her face. And then we'll draw her lips, give her a little point there in her lips like she's smiling, draw the top, and work in the bottom there. Let me put that like that. And then I'm gonna reshape the face around those features so it's a little bit more better shaped, I guess. Put the chin down here. See, like right now she's got like a really long looking chin. Looks a little bit too long, so get this fixed up here and bring it in there. And we'll see in a minute when I blow it out if this is still matching up proportional wise. I might work on this arm while I'm blown in here too before I move on to inking. So this eye is a little too far apart. I'm gonna move that up and move this out like that. And let's give her some eyelashes. Give her some fancy witchy eyelashes. And then some like this. I realized when I guess I already talked about I was going to do my live stream. I mean, I was going to do a Let's Draw a Witch before Halloween, and then I realized I wasn't going to have time, so I did this. I might have to fix this hat. I think it needs to go up. Might make it a little more crazy. Because I've lost, yeah, like here would be her cranium, and you can see the hat goes in here too much when I moved it down, so I'll have to do a few little readjustments. But yeah, I did a mage last week for my live stream. I didn't have time to do any other videos. Some of it was I was just busy, and some of it was when I did have time. I was working on my comic. This face looks really big. I'm gonna shrink it down a little bit. I think it's too big. Too big. So let's shrink it so it fits in a little bit better. Let's actually zoom out and see how big. Way too big. Let's get this proportional. What's happening? Her face is too big. Yeah, so then we'll bring her shoulder up a little bit to compensate for the fact. I guess I could move it down, and then that would solve some of the head problems fitting into the hat. It's all a messy sketch. Hello, Sika M. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. So, yeah, let's move this down a little bit. Lost my guides. These whole bodies are always kind of they're not as easy to like guide out and stuff, so they're always kind of an interesting challenge. But we'll get it through. Still here, Egypt forever. Have you cheered up, Egyptian gamer? Hopefully you have something to make you smile again. Okay, so we'll have her neck going like that. Her face is, I think I'm going to move her jaw in because right now she looks very masculine. So I'm going to move it up like that and then erase that line there. And her hair, I'll probably put it like so it's flowing out. So it goes down like that and then it's flowing out a little bit. Maybe a few strands like this. Well, we can go crazy with the hair. I never do like long proper hair. Something like that maybe. I'll just leave it like that for now, and I might change it up a little bit later. If we should probably do a strand or two over on this side too. Like it's mostly coming down and going behind, but then we'll have like one little bit here or something. I don't know. We'll work that in. Might need to work on those angles a little bit. I think her face is too tall. I don't know, I'm so so indecisive. I think, yeah, her face should be a little bit shorter and maybe a little bit this way. Just make that little adjustment there. I'm gonna have a sad, depressing Halloween. No, you're not. You gotta cheer yourself up. You gotta smile and think about all the good times you can have. You just gotta work through the disappointments and find happiness instead. Okay, so I think that's better for her face. Let's get her eye, and this eye is a little droopy compared to the other one. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'll give her. She can be looking at the camera, so. We'll just do that and give her some eyebrows, which I never remember to do. And yeah, I think that looks good. This is still droopy, but I'll fix that. Fix it in post, even though it's not a movie. And let's work on this hand because it is looking like it needs some love. I'm gonna erase the majority of this that I did. It's hard to do those detailing strokes when you're that far out. So here it would go in more at this angle and then up, and her shoulder might come out a little bit like this. It's hard to do foreshortening, so I'll just kind of wing it until it looks right, and then so the arm might maybe go down like that. Maybe it would stick out just a touch this way, and let's just go ahead and put, for the ease of this, I know you could put the sleeves here and then have them dangling, but to make this a little easier on ourselves, I'm going to have it so like they were pushed up so you can see this arm, and we'll do this. Maybe I could do a skit, or I don't know, I'll try. I will try to do something for Halloween. Yeah, you should. Just do, you have any kind of like Egyptian gear that you could put on, or maybe you have some figures or something, action figures you could put on like a little show with them. I think that would be fun. I have my tea here, my tea kettle whistle died. Isn't that sad? I think it's a little sad. It could be like a, it's like a children's story. What would the children's story be? The kettle that lost its whistle, and it could go on like an adventure to try to find it, but in the end it doesn't find it, but it finds a friend who's a bell, and then it hangs over it, and every time it steams, it blows, I don't know, it rings the bell. I think that's a really weird sounding children's story. Oh well. Okay. So then we just gotta add these wrinkles in so you can tell that this is all foreshortened. And then we'll have, let's actually put that one up here. So it's looking a little bit more like that. Just a few wrinkles. And then maybe we could make this so you could see the seam of the shirt a little bit here, and that would give these shoulders a little more definition. Give them a little seam in there. Okay. And while we're here, let's develop the hands a bit so I don't hate myself later when I'm trying to do it with the pen tool only. So we'll have, oh, you have Egypt artifacts. Well, you should show them off for Halloween. Like, mummies are kind of Halloween-y, and you could be like, these Egyptian artifacts come from the same culture as mummies. Okay, so we'll have her pinky finger here, and her middle finger, ring finger, I mean, I have to think about it. And then her ring, yeah. I'll just do something like that. That's pretty messy. I probably will just fix that later with the pen tool. My motto is to fix it later. I think I've already said that. Well, I never said I didn't repeat myself. There we go. And then, yeah, I should have drawn, I think I'm going to just redo this. I'm going to draw the guides first because they will help me. And then we'll have the fingers go like this, and they come down. And then this will be the palm, and then the pinky, and then we'll give it a bend so it's more natural bent. And then it'll have a little separation there. And then we'll have the ring finger, the middle finger will go out at this angle maybe, and then the first index finger will come in like that. Actually, the middle finger should probably go like that. Looks a little bit, whatever. It's good. It's good enough. Now for this, so what Egyptian artifacts do you have, Egyptian Gamer Geek? Do you have like things from an actual royal graveyard? What are the pyramids called? Like the graves of the pyramids? I don't know. Egypt sure does have a lot of interesting fact stuff. Oh, you won't tell? Well, I have to wait and tune into the video to find out. Okay. I guess so. I'll look forward to it then. I'll definitely check your artifact video out. So her hand will be like that. This is the broom. And her finger will come down at a curve, and you'd probably just see a little bit of it here. Does that look weird? Maybe the thumb is just a little too weird. Let's bend it down here. Like that. I just gotta get it sketched in so it looks pretty close, and then I can move on. Yeah. Sorry about my sniffly nose. I'm a bit under the weather. Okay. And we'll have it like here, and then I don't know if you'll see the pinky. So, I mean, yep, I think that looks good. Alright, have I detailed it all in good enough for the pen tool? I think it's time to start inking it. So I'm going to turn the opacity down. I don't know if I want to keep this broom. I'll just save it because it doesn't cost anything to save. And then I'll put this here and save this path too. Oh, Shadow Slayer. Only 4 more days until Halloween. Yay! Are you going to dress up, Shadow Slayer? I'm looking forward to it. I mean, just, I don't know what, I don't really have anything to look forward to. It's just exciting when holidays come around. You're like, yeah, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. I'll carve a pumpkin, and it'll all be exciting. So let's see, I'm gonna swing this line all the way up. Yeah, I think I'll do that, and then for now I'll put it out, and later I'll have to erase some of that line or delete some of it for the hand. And then I'm going to, let's put in the little belt or strap or whatever it's called of the hat. I'm actually going to bend it down because it looks a little bit weird at that angle. So we'll have it bent down like it's wrapping around the head area, but not really. Just kind of in shape with that. I've messed this all up. I've messed it up. I'm going to fix it by putting it up here and then bending it. That's the beauty of the pen tool, is it's very manipulatable. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll put this hat here. I'm going to give this a bend. Go out here, down. I think this needed to be a little bit down further that way. And I want to give this, so it's like a point, but it's not like an extreme point. Like up here, maybe that's too much of a point too. Bring that in a little bit, and then the line will continue here and down here. Oh, my sister's messaging me. Go away. I don't want, there we go. I didn't mean to leave that open. That doesn't matter. It doesn't show up, I know. Here we go. We'll put this here. I'm going to check. Yeah, I always like to check OBS and make sure my thing didn't go mute. So that's happened a couple times. I have terrible luck with that. Okay, so we'll have this continuing down. Let's move this out a little bit up. Maybe more like that. Oops, didn't mean to. Lost my motor skills there for a sec. I want to bring this out a little bit, and I'm going to check it. Yeah, let's move this in. Oops, this one in. So that brim just sticks out a little tiny bit. I think that'll be nice. And this comes all the way out here. And actually, Let me erase this here. Delete these two things and bring it down so then there's a line that comes around here. And then we'll round it out. There we go. It's fancy. Yeah. And then we'll move this one back up because I can't make up my mind. Okay. And then this, there'll be like a little bit of a line here since this is sticking out so far. I'll put a little line here. Let me double check that looks right. I think that does. So, except this will probably get interrupted a little bit by the hair. So we'll move it in there. Okay. And then we'll move, should I do anything to this hat? Like a bow or a crescent? I had a crescent originally. Let's try a crescent. So we'll just draw, or we'll just mark 2 lines here like that. Move it out and get a crescent shape going. And then I wanted this to be a little bit thicker, so I'll move that like that. And then kind of move these in until we get the shape we like. Do we like this shape? Let me look at it outside of the bounds of the hat. I think I'm going to shrink it in the middle here and then move it over and then move this up. I don't like this. I'm going to use this and then do this. And this will be my crescent. Oops, I didn't mean to hit return. So the way this works now is this area is the crescent that I want. Or this little crescent shape. Uh-oh. There goes my doggo. He's gonna barko. He's a little nervous guy. Okay, so I want to erase. I didn't mean to get rid of that roundness there. I'm going to erase this line first, but first I have to get this all keyed in. So I'm going to erase these. Then I just need to erase this line here. So this path's already here. Who is Anubis? Is that a pharaoh? Why don't you make me a costume? Does Anubis grant wishes? Can I wish for some Egyptian gold? I would I would totally be down for the old Egyptian gold. Okay, so here we go. We have a much better crescent than I tried to do on my own. So we'll put it here, and I'm just gonna put these little anchor points here so that I can erase or just delete in between here and here. And now it looks like it's sitting over top. That looks, yeah, I like it with like a little embellishment. I might, I know I did a bow. I might draw some like wavy ribbons so it looks like it's a little bit more like she's in flight. So let's go ahead and add something like that down here. Let's have this one go out like that. And then maybe this one will be like a little bit shorter and it'll just be bowing down like that. Okay, and we'll just mark these in a little bit closer. And actually this one got a little shortcut. There we go. So now she's got that going. It's not much, but we're making progress. Are you going to make a costume for your dog? I should. My dog is such a terrible sport about wearing. He has a little bandana that I crocheted. It might be too small for him now that he's older. But he's such a bad sport. He kicks it off. He was so cute when he was little. I'd put him in things and he wouldn't mind them, but now he does. Now he's learned to be like, no, I'm not wearing that. I'd really like to make him, he's like he's a mini schnauzer, and he's like pure black. So I think it would be funny to make him like, I don't know, what kind of costume. I could crochet him something. You should be in bed asleep. It's 12:13 a.m. for you. Well, that is quite, or 2:13. Yeah, his name is Dasher. He's a little, well, he dashes. It's actually, I had another mini Schnauzer named Blitzen, and when he passed away, I kept the tradition of like having kind of like Santa's reindeer names, because I'd gotten Blitzen around Christmas, so I named Dasher, you know, like on Dasher. He's like he's not a Christmas dog, but I just kind of went with that theme. But hello, Renata. It's good to see you. So do you have any pets, Emmy? Do you have any dogs or cats or anything? We're just talking about putting my dog in a costume for Halloween, Renata. And how I don't think he would be a very good sport about it. So there's her hair there. Let's get this hand in. We'll tempt it. It's definitely going to be a difficult hand. You used to have a cat. I hope you had a nice time with your cat. What was its name? I'm gonna put this line down here. I'll move this here. Move this out. Yeah, I think this just looks a little strange. I'm trying to make that like the palm is bent, but I think I just need to bring it in and give it more of a gradual curve. Oh, she died. Now I have her children. Oh, well, you have little continuation of her. Did you name her kittens? Oops, what did I do? I think I clicked. I have my tablet here, and if I bump it with my elbow, it reads. I must read like little electrical signals or something, because you wouldn't think. I don't think it's pressure. See, I'm touching it with my pressure, but if I bump it with my elbow, it does things. I don't know what's that. My elbow's the magic elbow. Move that back. You called her Catty. That's cute. That's a cute name for a cat. I saved a cat. It was hanging around my parents' chickens, and I saved the cat. They were just gonna leave it to get eaten by the coyotes or whatever, and I trapped it in like one of those little dog kennels that they actually had for their chickens to transport them, and I put dog food in it, and the cat took all day, but finally it like went in there, and I had to stand out there with a piece of cardboard, and when it went through the little hole it had been hiding out, I shoved the cardboard and trapped it inside. It was just, I thought it was feral at first, and it was like hissing, you know how cats do. But then it turned out to be a sweetie. I fed it cooked chicken eggs. It purred as you pet it and stuff, and I gave it to the shelter. I called that one Carrot Socks for some reason. I mean, I just had it for probably 36 hours, and I already named it. Then I wanted to keep it, you know how it is. I couldn't keep a cat, though. I have too many other responsibilities. Yeah, so that's the only cat I've ever technically owned. Taking care of plenty of cats for my friends and stuff. My friend from high school, she moved to Japan a while ago, so I don't really talk to her anymore, but she had a cat named Kiki, which I always thought was a cute cat name. Yeah, it was, I don't know why I named it Carrot Socks. I think it had like socks, you know, like the white feet, but it was also orange. So I guess I just called it Carrot Socks. I think I wanted to name it Carrot, and I think I wanted to name it Socks, and that's most logically what happened. So I just called it that. But I like Catty as a name. I think that's really cute, like a little cranky cat, because cats are always a little bit cranky. Yeah, but there's coyotes around here, so that if there are feral cats, they don't they don't last very long. The coyotes are pretty, I don't know, efficient hunters, I should say. It's sad. But, you know, I guess they keep the bird population from being overrun by cats. Kiki, do you love me? Are you writing blah blah blah? Is Kiki from like a song? I know that Kiki's Delivery Service was a movie. Might be a little bit old now. Is that the same guy who did Uh, I am moving on my tablet and will watch you from it. So happy to relax with you tonight. Was all the day in the hospital. Oh, I hope everything's okay. I hope no one's sick or hurt. I almost choked on my tea. I'm terrible at drinking. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna kill myself with tea today. Yeah, they are so energetic. Kiki is so cute. So did you name the kittens? Do they have names? I don't know if I asked that. Little cute kittens are really cute. I mean, every baby animals are cute, except I don't know. Baby humans are cute when like you get to see them in person and stuff, and you know you're just like, hey baby, you're so sweet. But a lot of baby pictures make them look kind of wrinkled and old. Am I the only one that thinks that? I don't think they're ugly. I just think they look really silly as human babies look really silly. Baby rabbits are really cute. We get a lot of them around here. And then they grow up and they eat your car. They're less cute. I watched Kiki Delivery Service for the first time a couple months ago. It's so good. They are 4, so I always mix their names. Hello, is it Tien Arts? I don't know. I don't want to mispronounce it. I am going to mute my mic just for a second. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry. I had a little bit of a runny nose there, sniffly nose. Oh, it's delightful. I'm bad on digital. I prefer traditional, but I always cool to watch. Thank you so much. I definitely prefer digital. I think people always have like a preference, one or the other. I like digital because I can be a lot lazier and then fix it. But I always think that traditional is a lot more work and a lot more. I mean, it's like more unique. It's one of a kind, you know. So I always envy people or admire people who do digital works. I mean, traditional works. I wonder if you what materials you use and stuff. If I do traditional, I'm usually just limited to like colored pencil. I'm never doing anything fancy. That's the one thing about. I mean, digital's expensive to set it up. Once you have it set up, it's digital is easier. It's more easy to upload on YouTube. Yeah, it definitely is. You have to have like a rig or a setup to record traditionally. I tried to do it once, and I borrowed my dad's camera, and it had like a 20-minute limit on the video, and it was pain. So I definitely feel your pain. Do you have a specific thing you like to draw, like people or animals or anything, landscapes? If you want to check, I also draw on YouTube. I'm gonna open up your channel. Can I open up this channel? If I can figure it out, I'll open up your channel and I'll check it out right after my live stream. Everyone else should. Let me see. Can I just click on your name? It's not gonna work. There's like the little dot. Oh, there. It's done something. Nope. It just did a weird Google search. I'm terrible. Why am I so bad at... Here we see. Open frame in new window. Why can't I check out your... I'm just going to copy your name. Then I promise I'll check it out. I'm going to copy it into a post-it note right here on my computer. Oh no, not that. Okay, I'll just do it in text edit. That's fine. There we go. I'll definitely check you out. And come support you. We all, little arts things. Yeah, so there we go. I think we've got, I want to do a little bridge to her nose there. And I guess I was working on her eye. I thought you could like click on names and it would take you to the channels in the chat. I swear I've done that before, but for some reason it's not working. Maybe you have to click on it a certain way. A certain magic click way. Yeah, so going back to to Kiki's Delivery Service. I saw that movie on TV a while back, and I really liked it, but I'd only seen like the second half. This was before you could do like on demand and stuff. So I looked. They used to put out these like TV guides, and I would look at them every week to see if they were playing that again. I guess I'm old now. I'm just an old person because you can just go on Google and watch it. I mean, go on YouTube or something. Someone probably has a video of it up somewhere. But yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. What do you use for digital? What app or... yeah, it's Photoshop is what I use, Photoshop CC. And I use a Wacom 4 tablet. And right now I'm just laying these paths down so that eventually I can like ink them. So, yeah, it's nice to use digital, I guess. I don't know. I felt I should follow that up with something, but I didn't have anything to follow it up with. It's nice. Yeah. I like using digital though. It's definitely fun. I'm gonna get these lashes in. I gotta move this one up like that. I think I'm gonna add one here too. These are looking a little weird on this side. This one, probably we don't need that one. So let's get rid of it and just mark it in like that. And then like that. Oops. There. And then I'll get the bottom one in. This one I just remembered is kind of like droopy, so I'm going to move it up. I'm going to move it up this way first. And then I'm going to take it, move it up this way, and then I'm going to move it up this way. And then it should be a little bit more even. Might help if I get her actual eye over on this side. Shrink it a little bit for the perspective. And now she's dirt blind. I guess I should just redo, just make a new lips circle. A little bit bigger here. There, I think that looks good. Maybe this one could shrink in a little bit to match. Then we'll move this in a little bit. And these eyes look maybe a little bit too far apart, so I'll move this in a little tiny bit. So she doesn't have big arts. Big arts? I looked down at the... Okay. Yep, I just can't talk. This hat is amazing. What will be the color of it? I don't know. I was thinking like maybe a purple or something. I might play around with it a little bit. If you have a suggestion, you're welcome to share. Yeah, let's see. We gotta do her face now, and I'm gonna change this shape a little bit. I think it was a little too, like the chin stuck out a little bit too much here, so I'm gonna bring it in here. I'm gonna bring this cheek down too a little bit. I think that the high cheeks look nice sometimes, but sometimes it's nice to just have like this rounded look too. So I'm gonna go with that this time around, and then we'll bring the jawline line here. And it'll go right behind her hair there. Okay. Do I have her hair kind of doing something funny here? I do. Let's, oops, I don't want to erase it all. I'm gonna move it so it kind of gets cut off and then it goes in. And that'll be a little bit more interesting, I think. There we go. Just taking a quick sip and looking and seeing what next to tackle. We'll just keep going down the line, I guess. Yeah. Put that there. Put that here. Let's see here. Bring this line in here. I always like to give a little bit of a 3D look, but I know when it's this small, it's less necessary. But, you know, we'll add like a little bit of a bump here where the fabric is coming here, and then like the fabric could be here, so you create this illusion this way that there's like the fabric is sitting on the shoulder rather than like, you know, if you just had the shoulder and then you had it go out and there was no wrinkle there. I hope that makes sense. Let's mark this over here. It is nice. The Halloween colors are purple, black, brown, and orange. Purple would be great. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe like a real nice, dark, rich purple. And I don't know for her robe. Maybe it'll be a matching to the hat. Maybe not. I'll have to think about it. I'm going to zoom this out. Hopefully I'm not zooming in. When I do my speed paints, I don't really zoom in as much. I typically do the line art though, like outside of the recording. Because I think it's the most like jarring one if you look at those speed paints where it jumps all over the place. I try to prevent that. Let's bring her chest in a little bit here. That's better, I think. I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm actually going to have it so this line sticks over the other line. Let's go ahead and give it a collar so it has a little bit more depth. I'll just erase that line for now. Collars always are nice little detailing things. So kind of like how scrubs are, how they have one that goes over the other, and then we'll do this one up here. So it's like it's tucked behind that one. I don't know if I want it to go quite so far down. Maybe we'll just have it match up at the joint area there. And then we'll have this shirt back here, and we can give it a collar too by just doubling that line and getting rid of the extra. There, like that. And let's take a look. I think that looks good. Maybe this is not quite thick enough here, so I'll just drag it down, and then this one too, drag it out. Just to make them a little bit more even. There we go. Okay, and then we'll draw her back, I guess. If I arch it out like that, I don't want her waist to be like impossible skinny. I wanted to give it a bit of a bend, but I think I've lost a little bit of the weight of it, weight of the waist. So I'm gonna bring it out just a little touch, and then bring this in. Still give her that nice big belt. I think the belts look nice. It's always fun to draw belts on people for some reason. I never wear a belt in real life though. I guess like if you wear a dress you kind of have a tie sometimes. That's about as close as I get. Yeah, let's take a look. I think that's a little bit better for the weight of her waist, and I'm going to move this out a little bit, and then we can have her dress come out here. And since we don't, it'll look weird if we just draw it. I mean, it won't look super weird, but I think it'll look better if we have the line interrupted. So I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to bring another line out here, and then it'll end right over her leg. So I'll just go with that. Move that up, and move this over. And I think I'm going to drink some tea. Do you think I can drink the tea without awkwardly choking on it? That's so embarrassing. I managed. Oops, I clicked my glass. Oh well. I said I managed to do it too soon because then I didn't put it down right. I guess the answer is no. I can't drink tea like a normal human being. Maybe that could be a good test for like aliens. Can you drink this tea? And if they drink it too perfectly, you'll be like, no, humans always mess up drinking tea. I don't know. Strange ideas. Strange ideas. It's 2:32 a.m. That is so late. Aren't you tired? Do you have to get up early? Hopefully not. I guess tomorrow is Sunday. Oh. Well, hopefully you're gonna get some sleep. I appreciate you supporting me. It's always nice to see you on here. Let me see. I think that's good. Then we'll have over here, we want to make sure we get these wrinkles so we know that the skirt is bunched here. I know that when I do the pin tool, I always have such a clicky mouse. I think you can buy mouses? It's probably mouses. For computers that don't click so much. Maybe I should look into that for these. Let me see here. Let's have this one bunch in a little bit more like that. So we have it obvious that the skirt is being kind of bunched from the sitting there on the broom handle. Move that one in like that. Let's get these legs placed in so we don't totally lose perspective. I'm one of your best supporters. I'm one of the best. I'm amazing and awesome. You are. You're amazing and awesome, just like King Tut. Yeah, so we'll get these. I always appreciate your support. Thank you. I don't know why I did that there, because this is a separate line. We get this going in here, and let's take a look. I always like to unclick it and make sure everything's lining up before I commit fully to it. Then we'll get this one down here. Now you always want to add a little bit of roundness to the top of legs here. It doesn't look like it, but there's just a tiny bit of roundness here. If it's super flat, it looks a bit awkward sometimes, I think, at least. Personal preference. And let's get this going in here. And I probably will, I know these are boots, and I actually will probably erase this line to give it some weight. I'll probably put some kind of tights or something on her. Just to give her like a little bit more of a costume. So if these are her boots, they might stick out a little bit here. And then I'm going to erase this line here and then connect it up here so that they just, oops, I don't want to drag all those lines, just this one. So they have a little bit of weight. Does that look good? I think so. Just out enough, and then we'll have this one go like this, and then let's give that pointed boot. I think witches should always have nice pointed boots, so I'm gonna point it upwards like that, and then this one will come down. She'll have that point. Have you ever had to wear those pointed shoes? They bunch your toes. They're not fun. I think you have to get like, you know, make sure the size is nice and big so the pointed part doesn't go anywhere near your toes. I'm going to bring that in a little bit so it can just really point. Let's take a look at it. Looks good. And then we'll give it a little bit of a sole here and then down here. Yeah, there we go. Give it a little bit of weight. I kind of want this to go in pretty much all the way, so maybe I'll do it like that. You'll just barely see a little bit of that sole sticking out at the point, and then we'll do the heel here like this. Gotta have those witches boots. I'll probably make them black because I think that's very traditional witchy colors. And then move that in like that. Take another quick drink of my tea. I don't know what it is. Like I sit here and I drink my tea normal all day long, and then I have the added pressure of doing it normal in front of strangers, and I mess it up. I'm gonna move this out over a little bit, and it'll go behind this broom, I guess. Let's make this a little more pointy by sticking it up there. Okay, and then we'll do the same here, but we'll give it a little bit of weight so it has a bit of a sole on the shoe. Bring it over here like this, and then we'll have it go down and give her a little bit of a heel. Maybe that's too thick, so let's bring it in a little tiny bit. Okay, double check there. I think that's good. This might go in a little too far. And I might want to do a little bit of a wrinklage here. Let's take a look and see how we like this. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, so we got her shoes there. Let's add the broom. It doesn't look quite so random. I'm gonna put it in like this and like this. And let's go in and erase where it needs to not be. I'm gonna bring this up, I guess. And so let's see here, and then it'll come out the back here. So this is gone here at this lip here, and then back. I guess it goes over that foot, so here is where it will be gone. And then we'll match this up. I'm gonna move this foot let's grab all these paths. And I move this foot back and up, and I just want it to bounce or just come out right behind the broom there. And yeah, I think that still looks okay. You can imagine her leg would be like this. If that's kind of hard to see. Maybe the foot will go back just a little tiny bit more. I didn't mean to delete all that, just this part. Oops. Maybe the foot will go back just a tiny bit more. And then up, I guess. Oops. And then I gotta put in a little bit of a boot area here that you'll just barely be able to see. That'll be where it's matching up there though. And then I can get rid of these little extras here we don't need anymore. Okay. Shrink this up a little bit because I don't think it quite matches. There we go. And that looks better. So now we gotta work on the arms, the hands, the hair. And I might just draw this in. I know I scribbled pretty messy. I'll see about drawing the bristles in. It'll probably be easier than laying all those paths with the pen tool. So I'll get that going down here. And yeah, something like that. Move this over like this. And in like this. There we go. And we'll have this hollow area because we're giving her, I'm gonna have to lengthen this one because I gave her such a long sleeve over here. Probably put one more sleeve in here like that. And then we'll do these wrinkles to show that it's all nice and bunched up. Wrinkles are the best at showing foreshortening. You don't have to be so precise with your like arm lines or anything. Let's see, like that. I think that looks good. Might bring that all the way in to kind of help contain that. And this one will probably go out just a little further. There we go. And then we'll have the wrinkles here, like that. And then we'll do them over here. I might want to draw her hand in before I do this actually. Let's get this just sort of lined up. And then we'll put in her hand and then fix it if need be. Like that. There we go. Okay, let's do the hand now. The hand will be a little bit tricky. Right now it looks a little bit like a claw. Let me get something. Do I have anything? Here's my hairbrush. Let me get it real quick. So if I'm holding it like this, yeah, my thumb goes out at a different angle. Okay, I'm gonna do this with, no, I guess I can just put it in with the path. So I'm looking, I create kind of a C here. Redo this. I'm gonna actually get rid of this because this will confuse me. We're doing like emergency hand fixing. So C here, and then the line of the thumb will go behind this line and come out, and then it'll bend. And I gotta line this up a minute. I keep picking up my brush and putting it down because that's my hand that I put it on with, or that I draw with, that I click with, that I use my mouth with. It's my right hand. So it's my drawing hand. Okay, so then it'll come up like that. And then the thumb will be kind of straight. Sometimes I use a mirror if I have to draw the back of my hand, but I use my hands for reference a lot. So you'll be pretty head on here. Yeah, so then this will come over like this. This might be disproportionate. I'm just gonna do this on the slide. And then yeah, so this will be bent in, down, and then this will go down too, like that. And then the fingertips, let me see here, I've done it wrong again. Okay, this needs to go, it's because I keep moving my hand every time I pick it up. I think this needs to go more at this angle. I couldn't even bring it down further. Let me move my thumb out so it's like right where it's going to be catching on the broom, and then move this in here and move this in here. And then these will come down like this, and then there'll be the fingers down like this. Okay, I think this looks good. It's a little bit weird placing it in. It still looks like a little bit like a crab hand, but I guess I'll go with it. I don't want to hassle with it too much. I always feel like I gotta keep these things going in these live streams. I don't want to pause and work too much on these. So for fingers, I'm just gonna drag that out, move that in, drag the out. I guess this needs to be like that. Move that in, and creates that kind of fingertip shape when I do that. Move this one over a little bit, move that in, and then that looks like the fingers. I think this one probably needs to come in like this, and I want, oops, this grip to be a little bit tighter, so I will move this in as well. So, and that will probably help with the crab look a little bit too. So this is joint one, and then this will be, where was my knuckle? I guess it was just at the top there. And then we don't want it to look too strange, so we'll make it a little flatter, and it'll go up. And then this one will go down a little bit more like that, I guess. I don't know. Emergency hand fixing. That'll be good enough. Let's get rid of the broom on the thumb area so it doesn't get in the way. Like that, and then we'll connect these lines up just a little bit better so they're not just free floating. I guess I didn't do this one. And erase. Okay, the hand looks a little big, that's part of it. So now that I've just perfectly aligned that, I'm going to shrink it up a bit. That's okay. Oops, I want this line too. I think I grabbed one of these broom lines by accident. There we go. Just, oops, I'm missing this line. So we'll do it like this, and we'll shrink it in. Let's see. Let's take a look at the overall. We want to shrink it in even more, a bit like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Then I'm gonna move my brush over here because it's in my way. There we go. Gotta put it over here, and then we'll get this repositioned. Maybe this thumb is going out a little bit too far. It makes it look weird, so let's bring it in a touch. Like that and like that. I know there's a bunch of new Halloween movies on Netflix. I'll keep wondering if I should check any of them out. I got disappointed last year. There was a movie called The Christmas Prince or something. I don't remember. But it had the girl from iZombie on it. I like that show, so I was like, oh, I'll give this a shot. And it was a terrible movie. In my opinion, I was not a fan of that movie at all. So I was a little bit bummed out. Were we gonna lose these fingers, or are we gonna try to like wedge them in? I'm gonna put one here, and then I think we'll lose the other one, like the fingers getting wrapped around behind. And I think this looks a little bit better for the overall hand. This will come in, and then we'll have her sleeve go over it here like this. Not the perfect hand. This I don't know. Maybe it needs to come down. The problem is I want the knuckle, but I also want it to look like it's gripped. I need to take a picture of my hand and use it for reference. I'm just going to move on though, because I'll know I'll get stuck on this hand forever if I don't. So, okay, sleeve. And then it's actually going to go way down because we want them nice and voluminous like this other sleeve was. So we'll have it drop way down here, and then we'll have this one go a little bit behind that line here. Maybe that's too far out. We'll do this instead, and then we can move this line here so it matches up a little bit better. There we go. And then we'll just go ahead and delete that, and we'll delete that. There we go. And then this will go behind the broom, so I'll put little 2 line points there. Delete the one in the middle. And then this will go probably up at this angle here. Kind of match it up. And then we'll have a little piece here for the elbow where it's going in. And now that I've done that, I have to think about it. It's a little bit too long. So let's fix it a bit. It won't be a super easy fix, but it'll be worth it. So let's get these all dragged in, and then we're gonna move it. I think the easiest thing to do would just be to move the broom angle so it's a little bit higher like this. So this will go in, and these wrinkles will get shortened up a little bit like that. Actually, we'll move this one down because I think that other wrinkle is good. Up there. And then move this out like this. Hey, by the way, I added you on my featured channels called TEGG MedJ's Team Egypt. Team Egypt. Well, I'm 100% Team Egypt. Yay. Thank you. I need to check that out. I'll have to see my featured channels. Oh, thank you, Lenata. Or is it? Oh, I was looking for something. Never mind. Cannot find it. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like the dress. It's just nice to have a little witchy dress on, I guess. I always feel like I have to say something like, thank you. It's a nice dress. I'm gonna put this line underneath this. I think it'll look better if I have this line here and then this line here. And I'm actually going to curve this one down. You also added Mexicano 11 and Rust Mix. Well, that's a great team. We're all, I'm sure we're all thrilled to be on Team Egypt. So that's great. I'll have to look into it because I don't know if I've seen that yet. And then I'll make sure to comment. Is it like the featured channel? Is that like a YouTube channel? Am I gonna be I'm gonna be dumb asking that. I just want to be clear. I'm confused. Poor me. Always confused. Okay, I think this will be more like this. And this will come in more like that. And then this, I think this is not matching up. So what I'm gonna do is take this down, bring this up, and then this will match up because it's the same line, and I'll just get rid of that middle part. There we go. Oops, I'm going to drag that down so it meets up there. Okay. Her arm's a little bit weird. That'll be my weak point in the drawing, is that hand. Maybe I'll come back and fix it, or maybe I'll leave it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's fix up this broom now that we've gotten this done. This is actually going to be visible now, this little end of this boot. So we want to put that in. I'm gonna cut these off here and here, and then this one will be cut off right here and here. There we go. Just clean this all up a little bit so it'll look nice when we stroke the paths later. And there. And then I guess this one is now cutting into that. We don't want that, so we'll move that there like that. There we go. Okay, so we have something going on with her hat. Oh, it's because I haven't done the hair. We gotta put in the hair. We're almost ready to ink it and then start coloring it. Shall be fun. So let's see. Put in her hair. I guess I'll just draw like big chunks of hair. I think typically people draw strands better than me. Hair is definitely one of my weaker things to draw. I should look into like seeing how I learn to draw typically is I look at how other people have drawn. And then what I like, I sort of mimic or at least make in my own style. So I should probably do that, do some hair studies in the future. So I always think mine look really blocky, but then I think it looks weird when I do like lots of individual strands. We can try to do a few little individual strands so it's not quite so jarringly, I don't know, jarringly like, I don't know. Something like this maybe. I don't know, it just looks like too busy and detailed when I put in the individual strands. Maybe if I cut them off where they go in. I keep doing that. I don't want to drag all those past. Thank you very much. Just a few of them. And draw this one down. So yeah, I don't know. It looks busy, I think, when there's a lot of individual lines, but maybe if I just make them at these like intersections be real short. Does that look silly? I don't know. I think it always looks silly. Let's draw on a few extra strands and that might help with it. Put this here like this one. I want it to look flowing. That's why I don't want to just draw like a big block of hair, but I might if I don't like the way this looks. Draw this in like that and put it down like that. We'll erase this. So I think it's good when you have like this broken up line. I say like I know anything about drawing hair after I just said I don't think I'm very good at hair. Okay, let's draw this in like that. I guess that goes too wide, so we'll add a little extra strand here, which we kind of started to do. So we'll have that here, and then to prevent the busy look, I'll shrink this down to where it gathers here. This might be, I'm not like crazy about how this part looks, so I think I'm gonna redo that. I don't know, doesn't it look like weird and stringy? Just me? Let's make this a little bit thicker, and then I'll erase this, and then having that thicker core, maybe that'll look better. I'll go with that, because I try not to be super picky when I'm doing these for the live stream. So the only thing that really bothers me is this arm and this hand, but I think I'll leave it for now. I'm just checking to make sure I've got everything in but the broom, which I know is last. I think we're good. So I'm going to make a new one, call it line. I know the other one was called line. I'm going to take my brush, make it 100% opacity. I'm going to make my hardness 100%. My size, let's do like 5 pixels, or let's do actually 3 pixels. And then we're going to stroke path, no simulated pressure. I'm going to move my brush size up to 4, and then I'm going to stroke path and simulate pressure. There we go. Before I continue, I want to double check this the other way. I think it's okay. Minus the arm I don't like, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so now I'm gonna do one more here. I'm gonna bring up my let me see, maybe we'll do it to 5. I'm just making this a little bit thicker. There we go. I think that's better. Okay, so now I'm going to make a layer called color for my actions. Let's see, let's do a background. Let's make it so she's flying over like a night sky. And I don't want like pure black, so I'll choose, you know, like a nice bluish color. I think will look good. Get that going. Let's make it a gradient so it's more of sky-like. And get my gradient set. And then do like that. Yeah, I think that's a good color for sky. Okay, and then we'll start coloring in. Let's see. I always do this so I have to get so it's all connected. So like here when I did the broom, wow, I think my brush is too small. This is open technically, so it's spilled into here. So I have to go through now and just kind of make sure everything's sealed up on the hair. And we'll start with the hair color because I think I'm going to plan around her the rest of her after that. It'll probably just be gray, brown. I don't think I'm going to go too fancy. Let me see, what color was this one? Let's make it a little bit, let's make it a gradient again. So yeah, I think that's a good color. Oops, except I don't want to do this on my line layer. I'm going to hit that and then do it like that. There we go. Oh, except I wanted the darker up there. There we go. And then I'm gonna go to my lines, and let's go ahead, oops, let's select, I want to select these little eye things, except I can't do it from here. There's too many things the computer tries to pick up besides them. And then I'm going to fill these subpaths 0, and that will just kind of darken the eye line there without having to color it in. Okay, so now let's pick her dress color next. I never did decide on it. I guess I messed this up and never fixed it. So let's just kind of put in some lines here so it won't catch. And then was that... Okay, we'll do this here while we're at it. Okay, so yeah, the dress color... Oh, I remember now. I think it was going into my belt. I didn't like that. So the dress color maybe should be purple, I think is what I was talking about. Hey, Crescent. Hi, sorry I won't be able to stay very long today, but at least YouTube is showing me you're streaming this time. Yeah, I saw your comment. I'm sorry I didn't respond. I've been really behind the comments. I don't know what YouTube does that to me too, and it doesn't show. I have like the bell icon and everything, and it doesn't show up in my notifications. I never finished her broom. Now that I look at this, let's do that real quick. So we're gonna go back up before we color this. She's looking good so far. That looks like a difficult pose. Yes, I think she might be losing her balance a little bit. I kind of messed up one of her hands, which isn't helping her keep her grip. So I'm gonna do some spiky things here, maybe for the broom handle or whatever. I think I will do this without the sketch layer because it's gonna throw me off. You know, like the old brooms that had like a bar bundle here. So it's like hay, and then they just tied it onto a stick, I guess. I should try to make a broom like that. It would be a really cool, witchy looking broom. I have hay, but I don't think it's long enough for that. And I will have like this part. I don't want this to be so messy. Maybe I will use the pen tool. I wasn't gonna, but I think I will, just so it looks a little bit more clean and matches with the rest. You could say magic is helping her too, since she's a witch. I was thinking that when I was deciding to put her hand up holding her hat. I was like, but she'd probably have a spell where she has her hat stay on. If I was a witch, what kind of spells would I want? Well, first I gotta think like non-greedy things, right? That's what you typically do when you're hypothetically thinking of wishes and stuff. So the first thing I would do is maybe make like a spell for helping world hunger or world thirst or something. And if I wasn't powerful enough for that, then I would obviously make nice things for myself. Yeah, so I guess we won't do this one too bristled. We'll just do a couple bristles like this. And let me see here. That looks a little bit strange. Let's bring these gaps in like that and that. I think that'll be good. And maybe like one bristle over here too, out on the open, like that. There we go. Does that look a little bit strange because it's not pointed? I could bring these forward, I guess, and that might help. There we go. Oh, you're back? You'd want teleportation? I would still like to see fan art of King Tut, Cleopatra, and me. I'll have to do one sometime. Sometime would be nice. Okay, so I'll just, let's see, what is my brush size? 5. I'll do that, and then I'll stroke it without pressure. And then it'll look a little bit more, more matchy. And I'll get the top of this. I was going to do like a gnarled thing, but I think for now, I'll just kind of have it like it's broken off, like that. Teleportation, that would definitely be fun, especially if you wanted to like visit family in another city. I don't know, I don't remember where you said you live. I know where you said you were from, but I live in the very rural part of America, so the closest city is about 40-minute drive away. It would be great to just be able to teleport and go get groceries. I do agree with that. Maybe her brush is a little small. I mean, her broom bristles. It's okay. We'll just... No, it's not. I want to fix it. I'm going to erase this and fix it. So let me see. Where is this? I guess I should save this before I lose it. I'm going to erase all those lines I just did. And then make it a little bigger. So I'm going to make it bigger. Let's warp it so we can make it bigger this way, and down this way. And then we will transform it so it's even bigger. I'm going to erase this little line I missed. And this will be better, I think. Stroke. Here we go. I couldn't see where it was. There we go. Yeah, I'm traveling between England and Austria a lot. Well, I guess you have a little bit further to go. I've never been to either of those places. It sounds like fun. I suppose you have to take a plane. I don't know if England and Austria share a water border. I'm trying to think. I don't think they do, but not like an easy direct one. Austria is a little far into Europe, unless I'm wrong. Okay, so we got that. Now she has a little bit better broom. Let's keep working. So I was going to make her dress purple, I think. Leonata pointed out that it's kind of a Halloween-y thing. She's brown and purple and all those kind of Halloween-y colors. So I'm going to make a nice rich purple. Make this kind of dark since she's up in the night. You definitely couldn't swim there. That would be quite the inhuman challenge, wouldn't it? Maybe if you were Aquaman or one of his buddies. But I assume that it would not be fun. Where's the English Strait? Is that between England and Europe, or I think we'll have the light color on top there. I need to look at like a map of Europe. What colors should I make her tights? Maybe like just, you know, the classic gray. I think would go good. And then her boots will be see if I can get I'm gonna have to blow this up to get those little parts. It's hard to aim. So her boot color will be maybe just like regular black. I don't think I'm going very creative on the coloring here. Just the typical traditional colors. Okay, and then we're gonna have some orange trim, I think, here. I wonder if I should put trim on her sleeves. Let's see how we like it with this. Let's see if we like that orange trim like that. I think if anywhere in Europe I'd want to go, well, I probably would go to England just because they speak English. I don't know. I'd really like to go actually to Ireland or Scotland because I think they have very pretty countrysides there. And I think that would be a nice one. Let's put this ribbon as an orange color too to kind of bring that in. Yeah, Ireland or Scotland. I'm Scotch-Irish, so I fit kind of in between one of those two countries. What color should her hat be? Like a blue, or is that too clashy? Let's take a look with the blue. I think it's going to be too clashy. Let's make it like a dark royal blue. I don't think it'll look like a normal witch hat. It's kind of like, we could just go with it. It's just for fun. It's kind of like the hat with, what is that from? Oh, you like the colors so far? Yeah, I'm thinking, I guess the hat reminds me of Fantasia. That's the word. The hat, the Mickey Mouse hat with all the colors. I'm actually going to make it a little bit more of that blue. Because when I colored in, I think it'll be, or shaded in, I think it'll be good. And get her skin tone in while we're here. Go get these two little fingers that are dangling off. I barely, I don't think I'll grab that one off to paint that one in. Get this one in between too. I keep hearing how beautiful Ireland is from everyone who's been there. So I'd like to go there too someday. I think it would be really nice. Oh, thank you, Leonata. I'm glad you like the colors. I'm gonna pick a skin tone that's it's shaded enough in the dark. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I think that's good. And so that we'll get this other color so we can make a gradient. Yeah, I think Ireland would definitely be a good one. Here it is really beautiful. And then, yeah. Oh, I don't want to do this on the line layer. I want to do this on this layer, color layer. There we go. And then we just need to do the broom handle and the broom itself, and that's about it. Well, I guess we have a few little wrap-up things to fill in. Oh, I think I missed this top part of the broom. Oops. Keep grabbing from the wrong layer. There we go. Yeah, we'll make this a nice kind of rich brown. I think that'll look good like that. And then the bristles will be hay-like, so we'll make them, you know, almost this brown, but like more like a hay yellow color. Like that. And then we'll do, I guess the ring will just be like a metal thing. Like a silver. So let's get this bluish color in with the gray. And then we just have to pick an eye color for her. Let's give her like green eyes. Like it's like poison green eyes. So they'll really stick out. And then I don't know, this little undershirt, let's just match it up with her tight colors, I think. So we don't have too many varying colors on there. And then I'll put this one in like that. There we go. Oh, I have to put her little moon thing here. I'm gonna make this yellow, even though it would probably be, I don't know. We'll see if we like yellow, and if we don't, we will put, whoops, got my thing stuck there. If we don't like the yellow, we can put, no, we'll do yellow. She'll be a little flashy up there. That'll. I'm impressed how fast you can get the colors down. I always use the paintbrush to color because I don't know how else to do it. Do you use Photoshop? I don't know if, I'm trying to remember when you paint. Because what I'm doing here is having my actions. This right here, I know you guys can't see my cursor. Right over here are my actions, this little box here. And I have these set, this one that says color, and you can see right here it says F6. And so what it's doing is, when I select on my line layer here, when I select inside of an area, it's all, you know, sealed off. Then I have a color that I pick, or two colors if I'm using the gradient tool. And then when I hit F6, what it's doing is it's going select, modify, expand. I don't think it's going to bring these menus up, so you just have to take my word by it. And it's expanding by 2 pixels, and that just will mean that it goes over the lines. It'll grab it, you know, it'll grab the color over the lines. And then it selects the layer underneath, which is color, when I hit F6. So if I am in the line, and I have that selected and I hit F6, it expanded 2 pixels and put it behind. And then it's all ready for me to just hit Command Delete to fill that layer, or use the gradient tool like I was doing. So that's my quick little way of doing that, because that definitely makes it faster when you're coloring things, especially mass colorings. I mean, you have to go in, like there's some areas here. Oh, you don't even use Photoshop? I use GIMP, can't afford Photoshop. One day I want to buy it though. Yeah, I was lucky to kind of share it's like 10 months, $10 a month, and you can have it on 2 computers, so I kind of have a deal where I share that. I don't think you can use it at the same time on both computers, but yeah, that's how that's how it works for me. Color in her thing here, and we'll give her some whites of eyes, especially this one where she's looking a little bit like a demon. Yeah, I don't think GIMP works on Macs, so I don't know if I've ever used it. It's either GIMP or Coral that doesn't work on Macs. One of the two. It's cool how easy that works. Yeah, the actions, I don't know if those programs have them, but actions definitely save my butt. I don't think I could do anything. It really helps when, like, I used to have an illustrating job and I'd have to do, like, mass work really fast. it really helps to mainstream that too, because you know you charge by the hour and then they get really mad if you take too long. So okay, am I missing? Oh, there's one more thing I gotta color here. And I'm gonna do this here, like this. And there we go. Now it's time to do the shading. So I'm gonna change this since I have it in my actions. I gotta call it something else. Do you have any like shortcuts on GIMP that you use? I'm always, I should look into GIMP. Leonata pointed out that there's a program called Krita, and my computer's like old and sad. It always freezes when I try, or crashes when I try to use that. Okay, so I guess I'll just start with her dress. I usually start with the biggest thing first. So another thing you can do, I don't know, with the gradient it might be harder. You can take your line layer, hide it, if you have Photoshop, and select the color layer. So now I don't have to worry about like clicking in between all the like closed off areas. But I am just gonna do that for the simplicity of this. That's another thing I do, like when I'm coloring like a mass things, a bunch of different color characters at the same time. Okay, so let's put this in. People sometimes get mad at me for not using Control Z but clicking undo 500 times. You know, whatever works for you. I usually go up into my history a lot. So I understand the urge. So we'll get that in, and then we'll do these things here like this, these wrinkles. Get them filled out. Yeah, I definitely I had someone who came on and they were like, I've had a couple of people come on and they're like, can't you draw more in like an anime style? And I'm like, well, I like to draw in this style. This is kind of like the style that I set for myself. I've taken plenty of commissions in my day where I've kind of fudged the styles for, you know, whatever they want it to look like, and I'm fine with that. But I think in my own free time, I'm going to be a little selfish and draw how I want to draw it. Let's draw it like that. Give that a little bit more of an interesting bend there. I don't get a lot of commissions nowadays because you have to like really be a pain in the butt advertising for them. And I guess I don't know. I probably should do it more. Get more practice in and stuff. The other problem is that sometimes when people commission you, it's a little bit of a nightmare. They always ask for, like, I'll set my ground rules, and then there'll be people, there's people who ask for things that I'm not comfortable with. Typically, you know, they want just more, I guess, raunchy stuff. And I'm not like a prude, but I don't want to draw that. So I just tell them I won't be the right artist fit. Just find someone else. And then there's the people that go into the territory that's very creepy. That I've had to block people that are very persistent. Like, why can't you just draw that? And I'm like, I think it's virgin on illegal. So just like do the style you like best. Yeah, I think that I don't know if I'm like a huge fan of my style all the time. I think everyone goes through stages, but I think I'd prefer to do kind of like my style over the other ones, even if I'm not always the biggest fan of it. Let's get these wrinkles on this skirt done too. I realized later, like, I always have this selected and ready to go, but it might annoy people who watch it to have to see the little select lines. Because I could technically select this anytime. I could select it after the fact. Actually, I want this. I mean, I actually erase this. I don't want that like that. I want this to go under here and have a nice shadow at the bend of this fabric. And then we can have one go on top, right over here. This will be better, I think. Yeah, for some reason I've been getting a lot of those, like, my worst commission recommendation videos on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I know how that goes. I get a lot of weird recommendations in YouTube. I guess it's just the algorithms just taking wild shots based on my gender and age or something. It's a shame you had to even block people. Some people are just like almost like aggressive even, even though it's just like a message on the internet. They don't name call or anything, but they do kind of go with that. Oh, hello, Eve, Kama's Kitchen. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. You are so talented, sis. Keep it up. Thank you. That's really kind of you to say. That means a lot to me. Just getting her skirt colored in here. I'll make sure I get all these wrinkle places before I move on. I think Halloween is really fun. I wanted to do more Halloween-y art this year, but I didn't have as much time. So it's okay. I can always do it. You can do it all year round. There's no set thing, although I probably will get more into the spirit of like Christmas after this. I guess technically Thanksgiving comes next, but I don't know. It's not really a global holiday, so I don't know how many people will be. Maybe I'll just do things for fall or Christmas. I mean, or winter or something. New Year's or something. I have a plan for a Christmas comic I'm writing out. I don't know. I planned all these comics and then they're like a pain in my butt. I have my Halloween one pretty much ready to go, but I'm waiting on if I want to dub it for YouTube. I have some voice actors. I'm kind of waiting on them to get their stuff in. I don't know if I'll have time to edit it. It's my fault I didn't send them the lines or the comic. I sent them like 10 days before Halloween. And you know, they're busy. They got school. Oh, thank you, Eve Kamas. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Enjoying hopefully the weather's not too bad. I don't know where anyone lives. It's cold where I live, but it's kind of warming up now, I think. I just get up at a very early hour, so I always think it's cold. And then I go out and I'm like, oh, it's not so bad. Sometimes in the early mornings when it's really cold, my dog won't go out. He's like, no, I think I'll stay in. I'll be like, no, you have to go. Sometimes I'll drag him out. He hates me when I do that. Dogs, I don't know if it's just me humanizing them, but I swear dogs can give you these like betrayed looks. I don't know. Can dogs show expression? I feel they can. But, yeah. Okay, I think, did I get all the wrinkles? I think that looks good. Let's draw like a little one here, because this is like a big wide open space where nothing's happening. So I'm going to draw a wrinkle in here. Like the fabric might be stretched or something. And I probably should have drawn some more wrinkles in here, but I didn't. You have a puppy dog eyes. They definitely have bagging down. My dog has bagging down. Did I pick these colors for... I don't think I did. Okay. Let's pick some colors. So first I want kind of a pinkish color for the mid thing, and then for the shading, oops, I just didn't want that. For the shading I want a nice darker purple, like this. This might be too light. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I want a pink color. Oops, why is my thing, it's sticking. Silly. What kind of dog do I have? I have a little miniature schnauzer, a black miniature schnauzer. They kind of look like Ewoks from Star Wars. At least he does. Yeah, he's a silly little guy. I was talking with Eve earlier about him. She was talking about asking if I was going to put him in a costume this year. And I said he wasn't a very good sport about wearing clothes. He always scratches the stuff off. Okay, let's see. Did I get... Oh, I was like, where's my line art? There it is. Yeah, I think that looks good. I wanted this kind of like glowy thing. I guess it shows more on the bottom because the top one is a different gradient, but that's okay. I like that. That's a great comparison. He does, because, you know, a lot of people who get miniature schnauzers like groom them. There's only one spot that I think I missed here. But I brush him, but I don't like do the whole like shaved legs and stuff like some people do. So he just gets real Ewok looking. Do you have any pets? I think it's always fun. I had I think I've always had pets, even if it was just like goldfish or fish or whatever. I've always had pets. I didn't even get that right. Didn't close that in quite enough. People are like, just stick with it. I know. I'm done after this. I won't be a perfectionist anymore. Let's see. I don't want a 35. Let's do 50. And then 15. And then 4. And that'll get more of a glowy look. Like that. And we'll do her... I guess we'll do her hair next. I like to kind of do the biggest things to the littlest things. Yeah, I can't remember a time in my life, even as a little kid, I had guinea pigs. I've pretty much almost always had a dog, except for maybe like a year where one might have passed and I didn't have one. I don't even think I've ever gone a full year. I've had fish. Back when I was with my parents, they always had fish. And technically I take care of their chickens now, so I call them my pets. I'd really like to get a dog too, but I'm not great with money right now, so I have to wait till I can get a nice life. That is me. I can't even afford a smartphone. I feel like we can be poor sisters together. Yeah, I definitely understand. I actually am allergic to dogs. I get like a rash when I pet them. I love them so much, I don't care. I just wash my hands. If I wash my hands right after I pet them, I usually don't get a rash. It's just like just every once in a while. Oh, I'm still here in the background all the way for all just multitasking. But I really appreciate you stopping by. Your support means a lot to me. Eve Kalmus Kitchen. I hope I'm saying your name, Kalmus. I used to have guinea pigs too. Yeah, they make the silliest those little ree noises. Ree. Little sweethearts. Guinea pigs are fun, but they're less fun when you're an adult and you know more about lifespans. I have plenty of wild rabbits that I have to deal with too. What other pets? Oh, I have parakeets, and I've had parakeets a lot of my life too. I really like parakeets. They're sweet little things. I have one who has kind of a messed up beak, so he's pretty traumatized. I have 3 total. He's kind of traumatized to me because I keep, I have to drag him out of the cage. And he's not happy about that. I drag him out and shave his beak down with a little sapphire file, because, I don't know, it just grows and grows and he doesn't trim it down. The other 2 are fine. I've got plenty of things in there, but but because of that, they're technically finger trained, but they're pretty shy of me because I have to keep reaching in and grabbing him. There's no like bringing him out on my finger. He knows what's happening. So, but besides that, the cutest thing ever was when they were stretching and yawning. Yeah, they definitely were. I had one named Lily, and did I have any others? I guess I only had the one named Lily. She lasted... My sister had 2. And Lily lasted like 7 years, which I think for a guinea pig is a really long time. So my sister had Nina and Samantha, maybe? So... the weirdest thing when I was little, and... I mean, when she... I mean, like, I even, like, moved houses and she came with me. She was very old. And the night before she died, she was fine. She was running around. I think I'd given her some lettuce that day. And, I woke up, or I had a weird dream that she died, and I woke up and she had died. It was very sad, but I was like, that's just weird coincidence. She seemed perfectly healthy, but maybe subconsciously I knew something was up. But, this got so sad. I didn't mean to turn the conversation. It's so sad. I remember they make these little wee noises. Those were really funny. Oh, little guinea pigs are cute. They have such silly little ears. That's the best part, is their little silly ears. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that for her hair color. Sort of almost black. I'm gonna fix this path here, though. I guess I can't. It's the whole big thing. There we go. And then this I'm going to make a little bit more rich. I might go back to the other one and make it a little bit more rich too, because this is a little gray looking. We'll see after I put these values in. It's almost like a calculator. Yeah, let's make this a little more saturated so her hair isn't so gray looking. There we go. I think that looks better. Oh, that is really sad. I don't know why I go to that. I should keep the conversation happy and cheerful. Well, while I'm on the hair layer, I might as well add like a little bit of a shine to it. Yeah, guinea pigs are pretty cute. If I had to get another pet that wasn't a parakeet, I would probably get a guinea pig, because they're just such fun little things to hang out with. And they're pretty easy to carry around. And I know people like rats and stuff, but I've never really gotten into the whole like keeping rats as a pet. I've had rats chew up my car. I think I've sent them too much. I think naturally they go for copper wiring. That might be the problem. Let me see. I want to get this little bit of a highlight here. Maybe I'll bump this up a little bit more. It might be too much. Let's just get these marked in. Yeah, I don't know if I'm super happy with the way her hair turned out, but I should just do some hair study tutorials so I can get more of a style. I don't like that. I think I need to turn this down a little bit and bring this out like that and like that. Spiders are the weirdest pets to me. Yeah, I don't know about keeping an insect as a pet. Anything you have to feed like live stuff to, like a snake or a lizard, or even like certain fish or turtles or whatever, I think I'd feel a little bit bad about it. Like, I know it's the circle of life and stuff, but I guess I'd feel a little bit bad. Like, well, you never had a chance because you were always going to be this food. I think you might have a natural fear of spiders, which is, I don't know what's going on with his hair. I don't know if I like that. I'm just going to leave it. We'll keep it for now. I can go back and change it later if I don't like. Alright, now we'll do the hat. I don't really, and my sister's terrified of spiders. If it's a black widow or some kind of poisonous spider, just because I have like a dog and stuff, I might kill it if it's near the house. But other spiders I just leave alone. Like, there's some really big cat spiders, and they make like big orb weaver webs. And I think they're kind of cool. They're cool little dudes. I just leave them. They can eat the bugs. I don't like bugs. I especially don't like mosquitoes. So this hat will just kind of color in like this. I think we might do, I think I'm going to actually bring this up and bring it over, even though I have this line here. I'm not going to use that as the shading line because I think it should go higher. And then we'll have this shadow area here where it's bending in. And then we'll get this area over here shaded underneath the hat where the light will be shadowy. I happily fed lettuce to the guinea pigs, but feeding insects is a bit nope. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I agree. For one, like, crickets, I think, are a big thing that you feed. I don't know, maybe spiders or other things. And I just feel like getting the cricket out of the bag and putting it in there, I'd probably just dump it in and then I'd feel bad. I'd just like fling it in there. What am I doing? I'm picking, shading, and okay. I got it. Yeah, I don't know if I could go through with it. It'd be a little bit weird. Obviously I wouldn't want the animal that I was taking care of to starve. I think that's just like one of those things. I don't think I'll be getting an animal you have to feed, especially like snakes where you have to feed them like mice, but they only eat like, I don't know, once a month. So you put the mouse in there and you got to keep the mouse alive and take care of the mouse while it's living with the snake until the snake decides to eat it. That just sounds so horrible to me. I don't know, I just would feel so bad for the Poor little mouse. I'd be feeding the mouse and it'd just be living its life thinking it was okay, and one day the snake just eats it. Out of all the things that I might be a little bit afraid of, snakes might be one of them. I opened the door once. I have my backyard snake proofed with something called hardware cloth. No, I'd feel too bad for the mouse. Yeah, me too. Hardware cloth is like, it's basically just like a grid pattern of wire. So you put it around and then snakes, well, mostly mice can't get in and then snakes won't follow them. But somehow there's these things called gopher snakes and they look just like rattlesnakes. They really do. They're like same coloring, different pattern, but one got in and it was sitting in the corner. And my dog runs right out to it, of course, and it hisses. And I think it's a rattler because it hisses, and you know, rattlesnakes kind of have like a, it doesn't sound much different. I'll just say that. And I was terrified. I had to grab my dog and I was like, I'm gonna get bit by a rattler, and I know this means I'll go to the hospital and it'll be like $500,000 worth of anti-venom I had to pump. But it didn't bite me or anything. It didn't bite my dog, thankfully. And it was actually just a gopher snake named Jamie. I named it. But yeah, snakes are definitely one of the things I'm more terrified of. It might be something like an American thing too, because I hear a lot of people in Europe say, well, we don't even really have snakes here. But there's definitely snakes here. I've seen plenty of rattlesnakes in my day. I've had to kill one. It's kind of traumatizing. My great-grandmother used to kill, I've heard this story, I didn't never meet her. She used to kill them with like a hoe. She just, back to the scary topic. But yeah, I don't know how you could, I wouldn't get close enough to it. I'd be terrified. Snake with a hoe. Yeah, I named Jamie. I named it Jamie because I can't tell the gender. And I always thought, well, I'll just name it kind of a unisex name. Let's see, what else do I have? Just her skin? No, let's do her pants while we're at it, or her tights. Yeah, I've never seen a snake in real life. Yeah, if I had to guess how many snakes I've seen, I see them sometimes when I'm hiking. Those usually are just like little gardener snakes. Probably in my lifetime I've seen at least 100 snakes. And of those, maybe about 10 of them were rattlesnakes, which, rattlesnakes, if you don't know, are poisonous. I guess you probably got that by the story, but I thought I was going to have to go get antivenom. Yeah, they're pit vipers, and they're very poisonous. One of my chickens got bit by one in the wattle, which is like the little dangly things around the beak. And I thought for sure that the poor chicken was going to die, but she didn't. Sometimes they have a dry bite, I guess. Are you afraid of snakes too, Lenata? Yeah. They're definitely kind of, I don't know, spooky. I mean, I'll leave them alone. I don't, unless they're actual rattlesnakes, I don't want to hurt them or anything. I don't know, there's something, I don't even know how they move. Like, what is it that, I don't, do they move by their scales? I don't even know, I don't want to study. But, yeah. Yeah, poor little chicken. I gave her lots of, like, rice and stuff and all her favorite foods. I thought she wasn't gonna make it. And then I was afraid to eat her eggs. I kept her separate in isolation for a while. I think that's too dark. Let's go a little bit lighter than that. I kept her in separation for a while. And I was afraid to eat her eggs even. I didn't know if that got passed in through the eggs or what. But she made it. She's still kicking around out there. She rants. Chickens like to rant. She's definitely one of them. Yeah, dark magic. Actually, the snakes, it might have been that it had crawled into her little area, the chicken area, oops, and had just eaten, and sometimes that means that they just put their venom in their meal. And so when it bit her on the wattle, it might have been what's known as a dry bite. So it did swell up and her face was swollen, but it might have been just such a small amount of venom that she was able to fight it off, like just a little tiny bit, that it had started to remake within the hours that it had already put it out. I don't know. That's my theory, at least. She was a poor deer for a while. Now she's back to just going around eating dirt and stuff. Eating sawdust is what they usually do. Just can't be good for them. Maybe that's it. It's the magic of eating sawdust, which is terrible for you, but it helps them fight off the snake venom. I think it's an allergic reaction is what it does. I know it shuts down your organs, but I think basically what it is like a horrible allergic reaction, so maybe she's just able to fight it off. It was like a year ago, so she's still laying eggs. She's still normal, so obviously it didn't affect her in the long run, which is good. But yeah, snakes are spooky. Spiders don't really scare me. My sister's terrified of them. I think to this day she has her boyfriend kill them. I usually let them stay in the house unless it's like cold in Christmas time, or not Christmas, cold in winter time. I keep saying Christmas instead of winter for some reason. So unless it's cold outside and I know they'll freeze, I usually put them out there. So I just put them in a cup. I have a cardboard thing over a cup that I keep in my room, and I just put them in there and off they go. But my sister definitely can't handle that. The worst is when they're in the shower and I've already like stripped down and I'm getting ready to go to the shower, and then they're stuck in the bathtub and I have to get like toilet paper and put them on the toilet paper. I do admit I'm a little bit squeamish, they're gonna jump on my hand. But they don't. They just crawl on it usually, and then I just kind of chuck them. Yeah, I'm glad she's okay too. Her name is Duckling, even though she's a chicken. I named her that because I thought she looked like a duckling when she was a little baby chick, so she's doing good. Oops, I don't want to stroke path. I want to feather path, and then we'll do one more. Do those boots. You have to go now. I'll try to catch you next Saturday. Have a nice stream. Thank you. I hope I'll catch your next live stream. I've been looking out for them on Fridays. I don't know when your next one will be, but I'll definitely try to catch it too. It'll be it's always fun watching you. Hope you have a good day, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I always say I have a pause and then I say It's like one of those things I trained myself not to do when presenting in high school. Actually, I'm gonna do the color, select color range for this one since I have those little spots there. Oh, I guess I have it. Let's remove this. Select color range. I had it at a gradient. So I'm actually gonna have to select it. Why did I just do this exact same thing? Color range. Here we go. And then we're gonna do this and this. There we go. Now it'll select it all. And then we'll get her skin tone or her skin all colored in. Move this like here. See, I thought it was really cold earlier. Now I'm kind of hot. I'm wondering if I should open up my window or not. I guess it won't hurt. I'll crack it. And then hopefully it won't be. Oh, now it's really bright. That's okay. I had like the blinds or the curtain there. Okay, so let's get her hair. I guess I need to fill in a couple little things here. I'll get those after I've put the majority of the shading in. So get this a little bit more curved, like it's from the hairline rather than the, yeah. And we'll do a little bit on her nose, like this. I'm always kind of, I just wing it with the nose shapes, the shading for the noses. And then let's see, this will be in some shading here. And then we'll have this down here. And then we'll have a little bit from the sleeve. Mark that in. Let's see, hair down here. I guess I don't want it to go that far. Bring that up like that. I guess I'll probably just fill it all the way in. And then we'll do this one too. I guess I could have technically put some collarbones in, but maybe next time. Take another quick drink. I'm gonna switch to water now because sorry, after a while my throat starts to get like, I don't know, it just starts to go. Poor little throat. But I'm almost finishing up here, so I'm gonna keep powering through this and I will keep talking. Whether I have anything to say, irrelevant. I'll just keep talking. Get some shading on her fingers while we're here. I don't know, I don't want to do too much. Let's do this like this, and one over here. And that should be good. When I was little, there was a movie called Hocus Pocus they'd play on the Disney Channel. I used to watch that pretty much every Halloween. It was such a silly movie. I don't know. It was kind of dark, but not like for kids, but not like super, super dark. It had the witches would come and steal the youth out of the kids. So, I don't know. It's a little bit dark, but silly movie. There was like a talking cat, and there was, yeah. Let's see here. Let me get this down like that. I gotta pick these colors. I might mess around with them a little bit. So let's try this one. Might not be dark enough. And then if we switch to this, is it pigment? Is it darker? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. She's got maybe, actually, I'm gonna put it so there's a big shadow over her eyes from her hat. I think that'll look a lot better. So let's get that in. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Fill path 50. See, I bumped the thing with my elbow. That's why it zooms in. Fill path 15, and then we'll do fill path 4. And she'll have like her eyes in shadows, and I'll have to give her eyes some shadows so they don't stick out so much. But that way she's getting, you know, her hat is covering her. Yep. Okay, so this broom we'll do next. And I'll get some shading on this. We'll start with the starry sky. I didn't want to make the background too dark, but I might make it a little darker because I think it'll be a little bit nicer to have a starry sky if the background's a little bit darker. And we'll just kind of do some lazy shading on this. Yeah, we'll just do that. Then I'll pick, let's see, medium, and then I'll pick a dark. And we'll just go ahead and fill path, and, oops, not stroke path. I wish you could do the fill path with actions. That's the one, like, downfall is that it only remembers the last feather that you did, and since I do 35 and then 15 and then 4, all it remembers is the 4, so I have to put them in manually. That's the one thing that the actions seem to not be able to do. But that's okay. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and fill path 4, give this broom a little bit of a shade just right down there. And then I guess her belt needs something, so let's go ahead and work on that. Get that in here. Like that. And I'll just do the one thing here for this. Let's make it kind of a red shadow. I think that'll look nice. A red-orange. Then I will fill path 4. There we go. Had to think about it. I think that's... Let's do her... Oops. Going in and out. A few little things up here. I'm going to take my tablet back here. Don't freak out, tablet. And then I'm going to shrink this down and put this here. There's a little bit of a line discrepancy here. Can I fill this in? Maybe I have to do it on this layer. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's because I'm on Color Dodge. I get it. I got it. There we go. This will work now. And then we'll do this one here. And then I'm actually going to fill these brows in with the darker shade of her because she's in the shadow there. And then I'm going to give her, let's give her her pupils before I do anything. So put my hardness around 74% and my opacity at maybe 40-ish. And then I'll boop one pupil, boop another pupil. And then I'm going to turn my opacity way down, my hardness all the way down. And then I will go ahead and add some shadows in to her eyes. Since she's in the dark here, she'll get nice generous shading here. And we'll just have the little whites of her eyes a little bit here. Maybe we'll leave them white. And then I will make a new layer for highlights. And we'll just go ahead and bump our opacity back up, our hardness back up. Hello, Deathlake. Looking at that moon is making me crave Pringles. I want Pringles now. Oh, I haven't had Pringles in a while. I try not to buy junk food if I can help it. Let's see. I think I want this one a little bit higher. There we go. So she'll have her eyes kind of glowing that way, I guess. Let's make a blush layer. Yeah, Pringles are definitely good. Out of all my top, I guess I shouldn't say that because I do buy Lay's still. So that's not like I'm a help nut or anything. I used to like Ruffles. I don't know if these brands translate past America, but I used to like Ruffles, but I got like, I don't know, one, well, I didn't mean overlay, I mean multiply. I got one really bad batch once. I think there was like a bad potato in it or something. It kind of put me off ever buying them again. And then let's do hardness 0 and opacity down here. Okay, so first I want to do, oh, my opacity. I didn't mean 100. Go down. Oh, it's doing that weird thing I have to do with my mouse. My tablet acts up weird sometimes. It's so silly. Yeah, top 10 chip choices. I should get Pringles next time. Now that I've already said I don't get them anymore. Okay, we'll give her that little bit of blush, and then let's give her a little color on her lips too, so she has, let's make it a little bit richer. So we'll give her the top lip first, since that's always the darker one. And then we'll do this bottom one here like this. Then we'll go back to that highlight layer and give her a nice highlight. There we go. She's got really big lips. I didn't really mean to do that. That's okay. She'll own her lips. So addictive once you eat one. Definitely. I think what I do is I put like 5 in a stack and eat them all at once. That's the healthy way. You gotta have some fun while eating your terrible for you chips. And then I'm just gonna do something for this. Like a little bit of shade here. Let's make it kind of red so it looks a little bit more natural. And then I guess I want my opacity higher than that. I'll just go in once like that and then bring that in. Okay, now I'm going to do, I guess we'll do the line first. And then you can also do like the thing where you put them like opposite of each other so they look like a duck bill. You go around with them like that. So many fun things you can do with Pringles. See, that is not, let's make this 100%. That's not bright enough. Let's make it a little bit brighter. I think I'm weird that I like these colorful lines. It's kind of like a trademark thing. I feel like now that I've started doing it, I should continue. I noticed someone asked me for a favor to draw them something, and they're like, but no colored lines. And I was like, I guess they don't like the colored lines. I like them. I think they add a little flavor, a little flair to them. So put these in here. They're kind of a pain in the butt if you're doing them all like on multiple artworks. You gotta go through, fill them out. That's okay. I give her this kind of purple line here for that, and then these last few wrinkles, and then we'll put oh, I missed the sleeve. My fan on my computer is starting to go. I don't know why it is. The longer I stream, the more it starts. I wouldn't think that it would be processing anything. I thought that would be YouTube's poor servers off wherever their server farm is. But it must do something that, maybe it's OBS that starts draining after a while. put this line here. I might just kind of be messy about this and go back and fix it later so I don't spin forever. And then on the belt, plop that on. And on the trim here. I guess I forgot to color that shirt, but I'll just move on. What color for her hair? The orange might be okay. We'll just keep this orange and use it for her hair. It'll tie in well with the trim on her clothes. And then we'll put that here. And then we'll, I don't know if it'll look great against the skin tone. Might be a little too similar to the skin tone. We'll try it here. Then we'll put it here like that. I'll have to go in and fix some of that. And maybe a nice purple for the hat too. Oops, the purple. So it ties in with the dress. Sometimes you can kind of fudge it even though the blue is a little bit clashy with the purple of the dress. If you have like the same colorish outline line, I think it ties it in. We'll pick a nice red for her face. Dark red. And we'll get that in like that. Definitely did not mean to give her such big lips. I feel a little bad, they're pretty disproportionate. She might have had a little bit of help. Maybe she used a spell. She was like, you know what, I want my lips to just look big and fabulous. I'll put a big spell on it, or a spell to make them nice and big. Probably what happened. Okay, let's clean that bit up there. Get this like that. And I did her face and I forgot the hands, so I gotta pick that color back up. Put that over these and get this line all nice, and we'll do it to this hand that I didn't really like it. I left it, it's okay. I wish it was just a little bit tighter gripping, but I need to look up a reference and stuff. That's the one thing about doing these live streams is I can't like stop and look up a reference. I mean I could, but I always feel like I just gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. I feel the weight of time on my shoulder. Let's just put this in like this. And let's get it down here too. Oh, not on her boot. On the broomstick handle, please and thank you very much. There we go. And then I'll just use this same yellow for this. That'll be good enough. We'll even put it on the metal. Why not? Okay, so for her pants, let's do a blue, because that will tie in to the hat, I think. So I'll get that little bit of a blue color going there. And I suppose we could just do it for the boots too. We'll just tie that in there. So we have those all done like that. There we go. Am I missing any lines? I guess the little Pringles moon like that. Alright, so we got the lines done, and now let's do a nice fun background. So first, I'm going to make this a little bit darker and a little bit more saturated. And it's going to create these weird lines, I guess. Maybe I should just redo the gradient. I think I will. I don't want to be that lazy. So here we go. We'll have a nice dark sky, and then an even darker sky, and then we'll get the gradient, and we'll put it in like that. Maybe that's too dark. But then I could put an aura around her and make it look yeah, I think it's too dark. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. So we'll do it like this, or like this. Yeah, like that. And then I'm gonna make a new layer, call it stars. And I'm gonna just mess around with my brush sheddings. And I don't think this will show up, but I'm changing the spacing, the size jitter, and the scattering. So that'll do this. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller and turn my hardness all the way down. And then I'll just make, yeah. So I'm gonna make these white stars, and I probably will be messing with the opacity so they won't be quite so invasive. Maybe those are actually too big. Let's redo that with a smaller brush size. Let's, I'm gonna make my spacing even bigger. So where is my spacing? I'm bumping it all the way up to 700. There we go. We'll get this going. I gotta move this out of my way. You guys could not see that menu. There's a brush menu there. So we'll have these like that. That looks like a nice quick night star sky. Let's put some behind her. It looks like we're kind of missing out there. And then I'm going to duplicate these. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I think that'll be good. And then I'll make these a yellow or a blue. Let's make them a kind of a bluish color. Like that. And I'm going to overlay them. Actually, yeah, we'll overlay them. Put them behind though. And let's actually feather these by maybe 15. And then pick that blue color up again. And then we'll go ahead and so that's before. It's hard to notice the difference, but there's kind of a glow going on now. Okay, so we have that done. Let's give her an aura around her. So I need to pick the line and the base colors. And I'm going to select, modify, expand, maybe about 15 pixels. And then I'm going to feather it, maybe about 50. And then let's put something behind her. We'll call it aura. And let's see how that looks. Is that too much? What should her aura be? Let's make it a purple because I think that's more Halloween-y. Let's see if this matches her dress a little too much. Yeah, maybe. Okay, what about what would an orange one look like? Would this be a little too weird? It might be. Let's take a look. I don't mind it. Maybe refine that orange color so it's a little bit more orangey. What does that look a little bit weird? Yeah, I think I'll go with that. So then I want to just, oops, turn the opacity down so it's not quite so bright. Hello, music on. Are you having a good weekend? Hopefully you are. So then I'm going to fix, I see this little thing here on this. And whoops, I have to deselect. Is this going to mark? Huh. Why isn't it marking? I don't know. I think I've broken Photoshop. Did I enter a quick mask? No, I'm not in a quick mask. Why isn't that marking? That's weird. It must be that there's no line there. There's a line there. I don't know what's going on with it. That's fine. I'll leave it. And then I'll just do my overlay layer. Make this a little bit more interesting by giving it some just kind of like different gradients to it. So pick this one. You may see like a purple from the bottom, which will make it look vibrant blue. And then maybe an actual blue from this corner of the bottom. Make it even brighter, I guess. I should have done a moon in the background. Maybe I'll add one later. Let's see, what about red from the top? Yeah, I think that's nice. And then a green usually goes pretty good. And that's kind of Halloween-y. I guess she didn't have any green. So now she'll have that green. Except that changed her hair color. Oh, I guess it's okay. Maybe I want like a green from the bottom instead. Yeah, let's take that green away. Make a green from the bottom. Except I don't like how bright that is, so I'm going to make this green a little bit darker. And then I'll just do it from this angle so it doesn't quite catch all of that. I don't know. I don't think the green's going to work. Let's just stick to the blues and the purples. So let's do a purple. No, I don't know. I'm indecisive. Let's try a yellow. Let's see how yellow looks. It won't probably be much better because of the green. Yeah, let's just do the yellow from the top a little bit. Actually, let's just do white. I'll make it a little bit brighter and she'll be going through the sky. I think that's good. I think that's about it. Let me think. Let me recheck this aura. Maybe I would like it as a green. What would it look like if I changed it as a green? Yeah, I think it's kind of nice as a green. That's kind of a stick out color. So we'll do that and then we'll bump it back down again. Yeah, so there we go. She's flying around in the night sky. Yeah, just time for Halloween. She's gonna probably go do some tricks on some kids or something. So I guess I'm gonna call it there. Thank you everyone for stopping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah. And I guess Halloween is coming up, so if I don't talk to you before then, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. And thank you Death Lake and Lenata and Musicon and Crescent and everyone who stopped by. I appreciate it. And I hopefully really am not giving up on the dream of getting the the green looks nice, maybe too green. I might work on this later, but yeah, I haven't given up on the dream of hopefully someday getting it so I can get the people to come on and chat with me. So hopefully next time that'll be the thing. I always say that though. Anyways, thank you everyone. Have a good day. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.